Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. This is the second of a three-part video tutorial where I will be showing you how to create pop art in the style of Roy Lichtenstein. Previously I showed you how to draw the pop art, but in this video I will be showing you how to color the pop art. And as you can see here, this is what we will be ending up with, and I'll be showing you the steps of how I achieved this. If we look closely, we can see how we achieved that classic dot texture that Roy Lichtenstein would often use in his pop art. So let's get into it. Now, first of all, we're going to go back to Illustrator and where we first learned how to draw this image. Now, if you're joining me for the first time and you want to know how to do this, go to the description. There's a link in the video. You can jump to that vid and catch up from where we are now. But for those of you who are joining me back from the first video, welcome, and let's get into it. So what we're going to do is select the whole drawing, and we're going to edit, copy, and we're going to come back into Photoshop, and we're going to file, new, and we're going to create ourselves a new canvas, and it's going to be A3, and it's going to be 300 dots per inch. We're going to make it really big. It's important that we make it really big because of the dot texture that we're going to use later on, and it'll all become clear later. So with our new canvas, we are going to edit, paste, and let's paste that as a smart object and click enter, and we're ready to roll. So I'm going to come to window, pull up my layers here, double click on that vector smart object and rename to trace, and then I'm going to move that image into position that I'm happy with, and we are happy to start thinking about the next step to color our image. Let's take a look at our reference image here, and next up I'm going to try or show you how I achieved this dot texture here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share a little secret with you. I'm going to use a bitmap to generate that dot texture. So let me demonstrate what I mean by that. We're going to come to File, we're going to create a new canvas. It's going to be A3, 300 dots per inch, just like our artwork there. Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to come down to the black color, double click on that, and we're going to change the CMYK value. We're going to change the C to 0, I'm going to change the M to 0 and the Y to 0 and the K to 20, because what I want is a nice light grey. I want a nice light grey there. And I'm going to take that grey and the paint bucket and fill the whole canvas. Next, I'm going to come to image mode and grayscale, discard, and image mode bitmap. Now it's going to ask us a series of settings here. We've got to make sure that the output is, again, 300 pixels per inch, and we need to change the method to use as halftone screen. And when we click OK, the next one is going to ask us a bunch of settings. Now we need to change the halftone screen to 7, frequency to 7, the angle can stay the same, 45, and the shape needs to be round. When we click OK, what we'll notice is that we are given a full texture of dots, and that's going to be perfect for what we're going to use to fill in that face. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go to image or select all, edit, cut. We're going to close that down, don't save, and then we're going to edit, paste. Now before we do anything else, we're going to quickly just zoom in ever so slightly. We're going to get our magic wand tool. So we're going to grab our magic wand tool, magic wand, and just select in the white area and press delete. So all that white information is gone and we've left with our dot texture. Next, let's call that skin. And just for a second, let's use that eye and get rid of it, so we can make that layer invisible temporarily. We're going to come back to our trace, zoom out slightly. We're going to again use our magic wand, click in the face, and by pressing shift we can also select the hand and the arm, Let's zoom in just a little bit more. Make sure that we can get the rest of the hand. And then, so now we've got all the skin area selected. We're going to bring back that skin layer and we're going to go to select inverse and press delete. And what we've done is we've deleted everything apart from the skin. Whereas if we look closely, there's dots in the eye which we don't want. So we're going to come over to our razor tool and just quickly choose a brush, and let's change that to brush and make it just a little bit smaller, and we can get rid of those dots in the eye there. Nicely does it. Let's get rid of those dots. So now we have just the skin as the dots. Now what we want to do next is a very simple task, is double click on the skin and we're going to go to color overlay and we're going to select a pink. Simple as that, a pink. And the color overlay has just done what it said, really. It's overlaid our dots. So now we've got a nice pink on the dots. And the rest is fairly straightforward, really, when it comes to coloring in. All we're going to do is come back to our trace and we're just going to select the jumper here. And let's go with a dark green. And we're going to create a new layer. And let's call that jumper. And let's just use our paint bucket and hit that. And then we go into, what should we do next? Let's do the hair. So with shift held down, we're going to use our magic wand and just select all our individual hair components. Very quickly. Holding down shift as we click. And I'm going to choose a yellowy orange. And we're going to create a new layer and call that hair. Whoops, need to get another, holding shift, select that bit. And the hair. Easily done. And then what should we do next? Let's do the background. Select the background. New layer. Background. And let's select a winey red colour. Deep sort of winey red colour. That'll do. Maybe it needs to be a bit more winey, that's it. That'll do for now. And what next? What can we do next? Oh yes. Let's do these lips here. Let's do the lips and the mouth. New layer. Let's make that red. And I'll just continue to colour in the pop art because I'm sure you don't want to watch me do it. You get the idea. And we're back. You can see I've just tweaked a couple of the colours here. Wasn't particularly happy with them before. And all we've got left to do is the eyes. So we're going to come back to the trace, magic wand, and select in our eyes. We're going to create a new layer and call it eyes. And let's get ourselves a blue, a deep blue, bluish colour. I'll do just nicely. And there we have it. So we've got our mouth, we've got our collar colour, we've got our eyes, and we've got a mouth, and the background and the jumper. So now you can see why it's important to create a 300 dots per inch image, because you can see it's very high quality, and when you use the trace image to select color areas, you'll just get really nice, clean and crisp cuts, and you won't have any sort of pixelation or anything. It might be a little slow, it might be big in file size, but you'll get yourself a really nice, clear image. So there it is. There is our pop art image. coloured in. Next, I'm going to show you part 3. I'm going to show you how to finish the image, and we're going to add the little quirky pop art features such as the speech bubble and jazz it up a little bit. So click on this speech bubble here to jump ahead. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. I hope you benefit from the secret bitmap texture technique I showed you. If you didn't already know it, then I hope you get a good chance to use it. You can download this work document in the description if you wish. So let's head over to the next tutorial, and I'll see you then.